Through the Looking Glass. Introduction. Breaking the noise. The game is rigged. You know it. I know it. Deep down, we've all known it. For years, that nagging feeling has been buried under the noise of daily life, the constant hum of bills, work, news, and 1,000 little distractions. The system keeps you busy, frustrated, and focused on things that don't really matter. Meanwhile, the cracks in the foundation are widening, and most of us are too distracted to notice. But what if you could step back for a moment? What if you could cut through the noise and see the game for what it is, not a random collection of events, but a carefully designed system working exactly as it was meant to, not for you, but for the people who control it? This book isn't here to burn the world down or tell you to rage against the machine. It's here to help you see the cracks in the system and decide for yourself what they mean. It's about recognizing the patterns that hold you back, breaking free from the illusions that keep you trapped, and starting to build a life that works for you, not for the system. The first step is understanding this. The system isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Every ism, every institution, and every media narrative is part of a larger playbook to keep you running in circles, chasing success, freedom, and happiness on their terms, not yours. In All ISMs Are Bad, we explored how the systems we cling to, capitalism, socialism, individualism, are just different versions of the same control mechanisms. Now, we're taking the next step. We're not just identifying the ISMs. We're looking through the distortions they create. This is where you start questioning everything you've been told, peeling back the layers, and finding your own path. We're not going to fix the system. That's not the point. The point is to see it clearly, to step outside of it, and to start building something that works. Something real. This is the next step in the journey. Are you ready to break the noise? Chapter 1. The game is rigged. They told us we were free. Free to dream, build, and live life on our own terms, as long as we worked hard and followed the rules. But somewhere along the way, the dream started to feel like a leash. The harder you tried to get ahead, the more the system tightened its grip. The dream wasn't freedom. It was a trap. Here's the truth they don't want you to see. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as it was designed to. The endless grind, the debt, the rising cost of living, the shrinking sense of security, it's all part of the game. The illusion of ownership. Let's start with one of their biggest lies, ownership. They sold us the idea that owning a home, a car, or even a piece of land meant freedom. But ask yourself this. Do you really own something if it can be taken away? Miss a few tax payments, and you'll find out who really owns that house you spent decades paying off. Even if the mortgage is paid in full, you're still renting from the government. The same goes for your car, your land, and sometimes even your money. Ownership in this system isn't freedom. It's just another way to keep you tethered. The debt trap. Debt is the system's favorite leash. Mortgages, student loans, credit cards, they're not tools for building a better life. They're chains designed to keep you grinding, working, and compliant. You can't afford to rebel when you're one missed paycheck away from disaster. And the worst part, they've convinced us that debt is normal. They sell it as a stepping stone to success, but in reality, it's a hamster wheel. The longer you're stuck paying, the tighter the leash gets. The digital leash. Remember when the internet was supposed to set us free? It promised connection, knowledge, and independence. For a while, it delivered. But now, it's just another tool for control. Every click, search, and message is tracked, stored, and sold. Your habits, preferences, and even fears are analyzed and weaponized to keep you hooked. The digital leash isn't just about surveillance. It's about control. They decide what you see, what you believe, and even what you desire. The truth they don't want you to see. Here's the hard truth. The system was never designed to serve you. It's not broken. It's doing exactly what it was built to do. Keep you busy, distracted, and dependent. But there's another truth they fear even more. You don't have to play their game. The first step to breaking free is seeing the game for what it is. Once you do, everything changes. The cracks in the system become clear, and so do the opportunities to escape. Are you ready to look through the cracks? Let's keep going. Chapter 2. The Divide and Conquer Strategy. If the system has one golden rule, it's this: keep the people divided. Unity is the system's kryptonite. If people come together, the whole game falls apart. That's why they've spent centuries perfecting the art of division, splitting us into tribes, turning us against each other, and keeping us so busy fighting among ourselves that we never look up to see who's pulling the strings. The tools of division. Identity politics. Convince people their identity is their most important trait and pit those identities against each other. Left versus right. Polarize every issue into a binary choice, ensuring no real progress is made. Media narratives. Flood the airwaves with stories designed to provoke outrage and deepen divisions. The illusion of choice. The beauty of their strategy is that it makes us think we're in control. Pick a side, they say. Choose your tribe. But the truth is, it doesn't matter which side you pick, the system wins either way. Breaking the cycle. Unity doesn't mean agreeing on everything. It means focusing on the real enemy, the system itself. The next time you find yourself caught in a tribal argument, ask these questions. Who benefits from this conflict? Who profits from keeping us divided? Spoiler alert, it's not you. Chapter 3. The Illusion of Freedom. They told you freedom was your birthright, that you could live life on your own terms, pursue your dreams, and make your own choices. But let me ask you this. Does the world you live in feel free? Or does it feel like a carefully designed maze, where every path loops back to the same place, dependency? Freedom is the ultimate product they sell. It's wrapped in flags, slogans, and the shiny promises of consumer goods. But when you peel back the layers, you realize it's not freedom at all. It's a leash, disguised as liberty, just long enough to keep you chasing what you'll never fully catch. How they keep you chained. 1. Economic dependency. Money is supposed to buy freedom, right? The house, the car, the vacations, success on your terms. But here's the catch. The system makes sure you never have enough of it to truly escape. Wage slavery. For most people, a job isn't a stepping stone to wealth. It's a survival mechanism. Miss a paycheck, and the whole house of cards collapses. This isn't freedom. It's controlled desperation. Inflation and cost of living. They tell you to save, to invest, to plan for the future. But inflation quietly devours every dollar, and the cost of everything, housing, healthcare, education, rises faster than wages ever will. You're not building wealth. You're running in place. The debt trap. Credit cards, student loans, mortgages, they all sell you the illusion of having more, while ensuring you owe more. Debt isn't a tool, it's a chain, and the longer you wear it, the tighter it gets. 2. The surveillance state. Freedom means privacy, your ability to think, act, and speak without someone looking over your shoulder. But in today's world, privacy is a relic of the past. They watch everything. Cameras on every corner. Apps tracking your location. Algorithms analyzing your searches, purchases, and conversations. They know what you want before you do, and they're using that data to sell, manipulate, and control you. They control the narrative. Your social media feed isn't just entertainment. It's a carefully curated stream designed to influence what you think and feel. Every ad, every story, every headline is tailored to keep you hooked and compliant. They exploit fear. Every time a crisis hits, they expand their reach. Surveillance becomes for your safety. Control becomes necessary. And before you know it, you're living in a digital panopticon where every move is monitored, judged, and categorized. 3. Manufactured choice. They tell you that choice equals freedom. But what happens when every choice leads back to the same place? That's not freedom. It's a rigged game. Political puppets. Left or right, red or blue, it doesn't matter. The real power isn't with the people you vote for. It's with the corporations, lobbyists, and bureaucrats pulling their strings. Consumer culture. They bombard you with options, what to buy, where to eat, what to watch. But every dollar you spend ends up in the same pockets. They don't care which brand you choose, as long as you stay a loyal customer. The illusion of mobility. They sell you stories of rags to riches success, but for everyone that makes it, millions are stuck in the same cycle, wondering why the ladder seems to be missing rungs. Why they fear real freedom. Here's the thing. The system doesn't just dislike freedom, it's terrified of it. Real freedom means you don't need them anymore. You're untethered, uncontrollable. And that's the one thing they can't allow. Self-sufficiency is power. When you grow your own food, generate your own energy, or create your own income streams, their leverage over you disappears. They can't scare you with layoffs or price hikes if you don't rely on them to survive. Independent thinking is contagious. The system relies on obedience and conformity. When one person breaks free, it inspires others to question the rules, and questioning the rules is how empires fall. Reclaiming freedom. Freedom isn't something they can give you, and it's not something they want you to take. It's something you have to build, step by step, choice by choice. Redefine success. Forget the house with the white picket fence. Forget the corner office. Define success on your terms, not theirs. Cut the chains, pay off debt, reduce expenses, and stop feeding the machine. The less you owe, the less control they have over you. Build independence. Learn the skills that make you self-sufficient. Grow a garden. Start a side hustle. Invest in tools that give you freedom from their systems. The hard truth about freedom. Real freedom isn't given. It's not something handed to you by governments, corporations, or ideologies. It's something you take. Something you fight for every day. And it starts with seeing the illusion for what it is. You don't have to live in their maze. You don't have to play their game. The doors are there. You just have to find them. Ready to start looking for those doors? Let's move on. Chapter 4. Killing the Noise. The world is loud. News headlines scream for your attention. Social media feeds never stop scrolling. Notifications ping, emails pile up, and somewhere in all the chaos, you're supposed to find clarity, purpose, and direction. But here's the truth. The noise isn't just a byproduct of modern life. It's a weapon. A shiny, attention-sucking weapon wielded by a system that doesn't want you to think, act, or break free. If they can keep you distracted, they can keep you controlled. The more you scroll, consume, and react, the less time you have to focus on what actually matters. The noise isn't an accident. It's the system working exactly as designed. It's time to kill the noise. The noise is the system. You know that feeling when you've spent an hour scrolling social media and you can't remember a single thing you saw? That's not a bug. It's the feature. The system doesn't want you informed or inspired. It wants you distracted, passive, and hooked. How the noise works. Outrage is a drug. The system feeds you stories designed to piss you off because anger is addictive. The more you rage, the less you think. Infinite scrolling. Social media platforms are designed to keep you hooked with dopamine hits, feeding you just enough to keep you coming back for more. False urgency. Every notification, headline, and trending topic screams for your immediate attention. But let's be honest, how much of it actually matters? Why they need the noise? To hide the truth. As long as you're glued to drama and distractions, you're not asking the hard questions. Questions like, who's benefiting from this? And what am I being steered away from? To steal your time, every hour you spend scrolling is an hour you're not building, creating, or questioning. Time isn't just money, it's freedom. And the system is robbing you blind. To divide and conquer. Outrage isn't just addictive, it's divisive. The noise pits us against each other, ensuring we never unite against the real enemy. How to kill the noise. The first step to breaking free is silencing the noise. It's not easy. They've spent billions perfecting it, but it's doable. 1. Take back your time. Time is your most valuable resource, and the system knows it. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Set boundaries. Block out specific times when you're completely offline. No phone, no news, no distractions. And subscribe. Cancel the email newsletters, social media accounts, and apps that don't add value to your life. Be intentional. Plan your day. If you're not choosing how to spend your time, someone else is choosing for you. 2. Control your inputs. Not all information is noise. The key is filtering out the garbage and focusing on what matters. Curate your feeds. Follow people and platforms that challenge, inspire, or teach you. Block everything else. Limit news consumption. Set a time limit, 15 minutes a day, tops. Stick to sources that prioritize facts over sensationalism. Read more books. Books demand focus. Screens don't. Make the switch and watch your clarity return. 3. Build a mental firewall. Your mind is a battleground, and you need to defend it. Practice mindfulness. Take 10 minutes a day to meditate, breathe, or simply unplug. A quiet mind is a powerful mind. Question everything. Don't just absorb information, analyze it. Ask yourself, who benefits from this narrative? Who profits? Choose your battles. Not every fight is worth your time. Focus on what truly matters. Finding the signal. Once you've killed the noise, you'll start noticing something incredible. The signal. The patterns, truths, and opportunities buried beneath the distractions will start to come into focus. What the signal looks like. The real power dynamics. Who controls what and why. The bigger picture. How individual events connect to larger trends. Opportunities for freedom. The cracks in the system where you can thrive, grow, and break free. How to tune in. Read between the lines. Headlines are noise, but the data behind them often isn't. Dig deeper. Talk to real people. Forget what the talking heads are saying. Get your information from people living the reality. Focus on fundamentals. Trends come and go, but the basics, food, shelter, energy, community, are eternal. Keep your eyes on what lasts. The system hates clarity. The system thrives on confusion and chaos. When you kill the noise and find clarity, you become dangerous. What happens when you see clearly? You stop buying the bullshit tea. No more chasing trends, outrage, or empty promises. You start acting with purpose. Every move you make becomes deliberate, effective, and unstoppable. You become uncontrollable. A person who sees the truth can't be manipulated, and that terrifies them. Building a noise-free life. This isn't just about unplugging temporarily. It's about creating a life where the noise can't reach you. Simplify your environment. Declutter your physical and digital spaces. The less you have to manage, the more you can focus. Invest in relationships. Real conversations with real people beat digital distractions every time. Create before you consume. Use your energy to build, learn, or create before you even think about scrolling. The freedom of silence. When you kill the noise, something amazing happens. You get your mind back. The world slows down. You start seeing the patterns, the cracks, and the opportunities. You stop reacting, and you start creating. The noise is the system's greatest weapon. Clarity is yours. Are you ready to take it back? Let's move on. Chapter 5. Building Networks of Independence. Here's the truth. You can't do this alone. Independence doesn't mean isolation. It means creating systems that free you from reliance on the machine, while connecting with people who share the same goals. The system thrives on division and dependency. It wants you siloed, overworked, and unable to see alternatives. But here's their blind spot. When people build networks of mutual support and shared resilience, the system's power starts to crack. A united, self-sufficient community is their worst nightmare. This chapter is about taking independence to the next level by building networks of people, skills, and resources that thrive outside the system's control. Independence is a team sport. Let's kill the myth of the lone wolf. Movies love to sell us on the idea of one rebel standing against the system, but in reality, no one thrives alone. Real independence comes from collaboration, not isolation. Why networks matter. Shared knowledge. You can't know everything, but in a network, someone always knows what you need. Shared resources. From tools to skills to food, pooling resources builds strength and resilience. Strength in numbers. One person breaking free is a nuisance. A community doing it? That's a movement. Step 1. Find your people. The first step is simple. Stop wasting energy on people who don't get it. You're not going to find allies among those still plugged into the system, clinging to the illusion. Look for people who see the cracks, who are hungry for something real. Where to look? Local communities, farmers markets, maker spaces, co-ops, and skills-sharing groups are great starting points. Online forums and platforms, Reddit, Discord servers, and specialized communities are packed with people who want to share knowledge and collaborate. Just vet for authenticity. Alternative economies, crypto groups, barter exchanges, and time banks are filled with people looking to step outside the mainstream system. How to connect. Lead with value. Offer something tangible, a skill, a resource, or a helping hand. Listen first. Everyone has a story. Hear theirs before you share yours. Stay authentic. The right people will vibe with you for who you are. Don't fake it to fit in. Step 2. Build the network. Once you've found your people, it's time to build something real. This isn't about creating a club or a fan group. It's about forming a network that can survive and thrive in any situation. Core elements of a resilient network. The builders, the ones who can create, fix, or hack anything. Carpenters, engineers, coders, mechanics. The thinkers, strategists who see patterns, anticipate problems, and plan 5 steps ahead. The doers, the workhorses who don't overthink. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. The connectors, social glue. They bring people together and keep the group aligned. The protectors, physical and digital security experts who keep the network safe. How to strengthen the bond. Share resources, whether it's tools, space, or knowledge. Pooling resources builds trust. Collaborate on projects. Work together on tangible goals like gardens, shared energy systems, or digital platforms. Stay connected. Regular meetups, virtual or physical, keep the momentum alive. Step 3. Thrive outside the system. The goal isn't just survival. It's building a life that's better than the one the system offers. Networks are the key to creating thriving, resilient communities that the system can't touch. Examples of independent networks: barter economies, communities exchanging goods and services without money or middlemen; homesteading alliances, groups pooling resources to grow food, raise livestock, and build sustainable lifestyles; tech collectives, teams developing open-source tools for privacy, security, and independence. Step 4. Protect the network. A strong network is a threat to the system, and you can bet they'll try to undermine it. Stay smart. Stay secure. How to protect your network. Privacy is key. Use encrypted communication tools like Signal and ProtonMail. Keep sensitive details off social media. Stay decentralized. Avoid central leadership. Leaderless structures are harder to dismantle. Spread resources and knowledge across the group to avoid single points of failure. The power of many. The system doesn't just fear independent thinkers. It fears independent networks. When people break free from the illusion and band together, they become unstoppable. Division is their power. Unity is ours. Your next steps. Find one person who shares your mindset. Build trust and start small. Create something together, a project, a shared resource, or a simple collaboration. Expand the network one step at a time. Each connection makes the web stronger. You don't need an army to change the game. You just need a network of people who refuse to play by the system's rules. Let's build it. Chapter 6. Preparing for the rabbit hole. You've seen the cracks. You've started breaking free. You've learned how to quiet the noise and build the beginnings of independence. Now, it's time to ask the question most people are too afraid to confront. What's really going on here? This isn't just about broken systems or corrupt leaders. It's about a web of control that's deeper, older, and more interconnected than you've been led to believe. The rabbit hole isn't just a metaphor, it's a map, and the threads we've been following so far are about to converge. This chapter isn't here to blow the lid off everything. That's what the next book is for. But it's here to prepare you for what comes next. To help you connect the dots, question the narrative, and ready yourself for the deeper truths that lie beneath the surface. The web of control. Every system we've talked about, politics, media, finance, technology, is part of a larger web. They're not isolated pieces. They're interlocking mechanisms designed to keep power in the hands of the few. What connects them? Money, the ultimate lever. Central banks, fiat currency, and global debt systems are the engine that powers the web. Narratives, the stories we're told about freedom, success, and progress, keep us chasing shadows while the real power remains hidden. Division, tribalism ensures we never look up long enough to see who's really pulling the strings. A glimpse into the rabbit hole. You don't need to see the whole picture yet, but here's a peek at what lies beneath. 1. History isn't random. Every empire, every revolution, and every collapse follows a pattern. The same systems of control evolve, adapt, and resurface under new names. Ancient wisdom, encoded in myths and structures like the pyramids, points to cyclical disasters and the resilience of those who understand the cycles. 2. Technology as both tool and trap. The digital age isn't just about convenience. It's about surveillance, manipulation, and control at an unprecedented scale. The next frontier, artificial intelligence, could either break the system or entrench it further. We'll dive into this fully in the next book. 3. The elite playbook. False flags, engineered crises, and manufactured distractions are tools of the trade. They're not accidents. They're features of the system. The goal? Keep you afraid, divided, and dependent. Why you need to be ready. The deeper you go, the harder it gets to unsee what you've learned. But that's the point. Once you understand how the system works, you can't be manipulated the same way. What's coming? Economic shifts. The system's reliance on debt and fiat currency is reaching a breaking point. Technological revolutions, AI, blockchain, and decentralized systems are the next battlegrounds for freedom and control. Environmental and geopolitical turmoil, from climate instability to power struggles over resources, the cracks in the system are growing wider. What you need to do: keep building your independence. The less you rely on the system, the less power it has over you. Strengthen your networks. The more resilient your community, the better prepared you'll be for disruptions. Stay curious. Question everything, seek patterns, and always ask, who benefits? The questions you should be asking as we prepare to dive into the rabbit hole. Start asking yourself, why do the same systems of control keep appearing throughout history? What patterns can I see in the chaos around me? What aren't they telling me? The answers aren't easy, but the act of questioning is what makes you dangerous. A glimpse of what's next. The next book, Into the Rabbit Hole, is where we connect all the dots. It's where we map out the patterns of control, dive deep into the playbook, and explore the tools, like AI, that could either break the system or entrench it forever. This book has been about recognizing the signs and preparing to break free. The next is about pulling back the curtain entirely. The final call to action. You are at the edge of the rabbit hole. The next step is yours to take. But remember, the more you understand, the more responsibility you have to act. Keep building. Keep questioning. Keep pushing forward. Prepare for the deeper truths. And when you're ready, step into the rabbit hole. Let's go deeper.